Okay, moving on in lesson 2. There's a ton of stuff in lesson 2. We are going to look at the second declension, the neuter gender. We've looked at masculine. Second declension is mostly masculine, but this declension does have some neuter nouns. So if we look over here to the right, the second declension, here's the first column is the normal us, I, o. In neuter, the nominative is The nominative is always going to match the accusative if it's neuter. So nominative matches the accusative In the plural, though, we're switching to an a ending. Instead of I orum is os is, it is a orum is a is. So second declension neuter plural is going to have that a in the nominative and accusative. They match. So our model noun is bellum, belly, and we can see an example in the plural. The nominative and the accusative would be bella. And then here's another one, premium, premii. This is sort of weird. They've got this double I at the end, so you sort of pronounce both, premii. So we got some new vocabulary words on page 21 and several exercises, 15 through 17, pages 21 and 22. All right, so now we move on to the indirect object. So the indirect object expresses a person or thing to or for whom something is said, told, given, etc. I gave my mother a kiss. I gave what? Be careful. It's not that you gave your mother. You gave her a kiss. You gave a kiss. That's the direct object. I gave a kiss to whom? To my mother. So that's the indirect object. She's receiving the direct object. So let's look at an example in Latin. Nautae amicis victoriam dederunt. The sailors, nautae, that's our first declension noun, and the nautae, that's the plural ending. So sailors, amicis is, if we look over here, plural iorum is os is. So we know it's either dative, it's an indirect object, or it's ablative, object of the preposition. We haven't learned prepositions yet, so we're gonna assume it's dative, indirect object. And then victoriam is that ending for first declension, that's direct object. And dederunt, that's a new verb. They gave. So if we put it in English word order, the sailors gave, that's the dederunt is the plural third person. The sailors gave the friends the victory. They gave what? They gave the victory to the friends. So we can say it two different ways in English. The sailor gave the friends the victory, or we can say the sailors gave the victory to the friends. Now, in English, this is a prepositional phrase, to the friends. But we understand that it's just how we could translate it in English. We're still accurately translating the Latin sentence, the dative case, the indirect object, because they're receiving the direct object, the victory. So we have new vocabulary on page 23, just 4 words. And we've got exercises 19 through 21, pages 23 through 24. The last thing we'll look at in this video is prepositions. So I know we learned when we were learning our noun cases that ablative means object of the preposition. However, sometimes prepositions are followed by the accusative case. So you just have to memorize which ones go with which. And in the vocabulary, you will see that the preposition is followed by telling you it's a preposition and then which case it's with. So propter is a preposition with the accusative. Cum is the preposition that goes with ablative. Post goes with accusative. And in is a preposition that goes with the ablative, and sometimes that is true. Right now, as we're learning it going with the ablative. When in means more going into, involves motion, it goes with the accusative. But don't worry about that too much right now. Just in is with the ablative. So here's a couple of examples. Post bellum, after the war. And that is a post, goes with accusative. And that's so is the accusative ending for war. In provincia, in the province. So this is going to be the ablative ending, provincia, because in the province here is an ablative ending. As you memorize the prepositions, you're going to want to just memorize the case with them. So if I think cum, I'm thinking cum ablative, post accusative, cum ablative, propter accusative. That's just part of rote memory, so that because there are lots of prepositions, so you just want to really build that in solidly. So there's new vocabulary, a good list on page 25, and also exercises 22 and 23, pages 25 and 26.